some sort of a Merlot.
Like a Malbec or something.
Always safe, yeah.
Malbec. Okay, so...
All right, you haven't seen this movie Atonement because I got to go to a sneak preview. It was amazing. Got to be honest with you, you know how I feel about anything that reeks of art house. I went in there ready to settle in and snore for a couple hours. Mesmerizing from frame one. One guy who captivates the screen, James McAvoy, joining us live right now to talk about it. Hello. What up, brother?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Now, does that offend you that I say that I'm one of these guys that would likely go see Transformers before I would see Atonement, but loved this movie?
Well, I'm just glad that through our magic, abracadabra, that this film has managed to transform you into an art house lover, you see.
See what you did there?
Hey.
You clever
See, I was told, the guys in the studio here was told that I was to watch out for you guys.
Right.
But see, now you're all art house, you're probably the safest houses.
Got to be honest with you, having Keira Knightley in it didn't exactly kill you.
No, it didn't kill me, and I'm sure you were pleased about that as well.
There is a scene in the library, I don't want to get too in-depth, but this is one of the most passionate, one of the most organic, awe-inspiring, love-making scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And yet there's no nudity.
Not organic. No, there is no nudity. And yet, like you say, it is particularly erotic, and it is quite hot.
Now, it doesn't end hot, and I don't want to get into that, but man, does it start out that way.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't go where it should go, but they have a lot of fun not getting there, if you know what I mean.
I'll tell you. Okay, let's just say that it's interrupted. Have you, James McAvoy, ever been in a situation where life's most passionate moment got interrupted in such a way?
Well, coitus interruptus. I don't know if I have, you know. I think I've always been able to finish my business. If you know what I mean?
I guess that means you got good locks on the door.
Yes, I've been fine. Everything's been great, thanks. But thanks for the interest in my sex life.
No, sir, you bet.
Anything else you want to know?
It's what we do.
What's my favourite position? Well.
Wait a minute. And the satellite
we're saving that question when Keira does the satellite tour.
people warned him about us? What?
No kidding.
No.
Hey, now, with this movie, you have to be honest. It's the soundtrack to this movie, the audio to this movie is unusual in that it's very sparse, and then all of a sudden you'll hear like a fly or a bee buzzing around. And don't you admit that it starts off to be one of the more quiet movies ever made?
I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of sound in it. I think there's a lot of music created not using instruments. There's a lot of music created, like you say, using the buzzing of a bee, using the sound of a typewriter as a percussive instrument. So I don't know. Listen, I've seen the film 4 times and I can't really... It's just a big mess to me now, so I can't really comment. Sorry, that's a rubbish answer.
No, it's okay. What is your favourite position?
It's like hearing you say rubbish.
Well,
funny you should ask.
I read, ironically, that before you got into acting, you wanted to be a missionary. Is that true?
For a short time, I did, yes.
Which is funny because that's not exactly the position you went with in the library.
No, exactly. I became a lot more adventurous and, you know, pushed back the boundaries. No, listen, I wanted to be a priest for like a couple of weeks. Most young Catholic boys do at some point. And then I found women.
Right, yeah.
And then
to become a Catholic priest. I'd have to be celibate, and that really wasn't going on.
Hey, what are you working on right now? We have a few seconds left. You got anything coming out?
I've got a movie coming out in February called Penelope with Christina Ricci and Reese Witherspoon.
Nice.
And then I've got a movie in June called Wanted with Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman.
You're busy. Way to go.
Some A-list actors.
We goofed around a little bit here, but Atonement really is a remarkable movie, and Academy Award time, it's going to be one of the nominees. I'm not even jinxing it because it's going to happen.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
James McAvoy. And I got to say, too, when he talked about wanting to be a priest as a young Catholic boy, same with Catholic girls. I told you when I was 5 I wanted to be a nun. Same thing.
Right.
And then you grow out of it. Some people don't grow out of it.
But did you grow out of it like him when you discovered boys? Is that when you grew out of it?
I don't remember. I think it was 1st and 2nd grade I thought this sounded pretty cool because my teacher was a nun and she was so nice and I wanted to be just like her.
If Keira Knightley were a nun, Nick would sign up just to be near her. To be a nun.
Well, he seems like a charming young man. You'll be hearing a lot about him in years to come, I'm sure.